Okay, back on this. Okay, I got that all hooked up over there, more or less. So I gotta do the airline there. Scooby back again. So I was digging through my box of crap about a while ago, the air fittings, and I got my big box of fittings here I gotta deal with. So I got a lot of stuff in here I bought from Zorro. So what I got is I got big high flow airline fittings, and I got some low flow airline fittings. So these are all on the same lines. So this here is a high flow. See the hole through that thing? See the dinky hole through this one? There you go. See the difference in hole size? And these both go on the same lines. They're 1/4" air lines. So now the answer is how big is the line fitting? The fitting through the airline is the next problem. So chances are it's not as big as this. That's my next problem. So most of the time you got little dinky holes like this. See how much little airflow you got? Even though you put big ass fittings on everything, if you're still flowing through crap, you're still crap. So what I gotta see is what we got for airflow around here. See the size of the hole through that? It's not as big as this one. So we need to figure out what we got around here. Where'd it go? It disappeared. Gone forever. That one disappeared. And what I like though is the fittings still allow you to use this here. I have to figure out what happened to my fitting. There's one. Maybe this one here. There it is. Trying to get away. Gotta watch out for that. So we need to figure out what's what around here. So this is my fittings I use now, and they fit inside the same one. So even though this is a high flow, it still takes the low flow fittings, so you can use the same hoses. So we can still use the same stuff we want to and still use our high flow fittings. But if this is bigger than what goes through the airline, what good is it? So Scooby even knows that. So that's my next thing is to figure out is what size holes we got through our airlines here. See, that's a pretty good hole. When you go through the little small one in the middle, it really restricts down. So this one here looks like this is pretty good. So this should be the one that goes inside of the actual hoses. I got a bunch of broken hoses around here I got to fix. Yeah, Scooby. So anyway. Got a bunch of hoses around here. These things that are broken. Every one of these hoses over here is broken. So I need to figure out what is what. Here's one of those high flow. Nope, that's a low flow, even though it's red. So I got to take these hoses here and fix these hoses that are broken. And I'll have to see what fittings are in these and see if I can upgrade. If I can make them bigger, like Scooby, then I'll be good. If they have small little holes through them, then it's no use going to big fittings like this. Waste of time. Waste of time, waste of money. Not good. Okay, the next problem is we need to connect these things all up over to here. So this is a very low flow design over here. So you go through one fitting, you get all these valves coming out of it. Doesn't work very good. That needs to be redone. Alright, so right now I got to decide what I'm going to do here. I need to figure out how I'm going to get a fitting onto here so I can connect my airline to it. That's the problem. So I need a female version of this, which is right there. I got one right here too I can use, which has got this one in it. This is a low flow. I can't do it with my one hand. Alright, so figure out what I'm going to do around here. I also found another one of these, which is the big fitting. That's high flow. See, that's more high flow than that high flow. Big difference there, see? That's why I went to the big airline. It takes this fitting. Okay, so what I can do with this is I can screw this onto the end of that down there. I can connect this over here and I can have a quick disconnect. Instead of screwing that hard into the fitting in there, I can just put this one down in there like that and plug into it later. Like that. Blow her up. But I have to get a female connector, which I probably don't have. She has a big hole in it. Or I can screw this directly in there, which means it's permanently installed, which is a pain in the butt. I gotta see if I got any female connectors this size, which I'm not sure I even got that from. So that'll be another problem down the road. I don't really want to screw this hose into that fitting one by one. It's going to be a pain in the ass doing that. So I think I'm going to, for now, I'm going to connect this onto here, and I can make it work. There's a female right there. Look at that. I knew I had one around here somewhere. Boom. Of course, that probably goes into my zip gun, but I can put that into the hose there, and it'll plug in right in there. Boom. At least we get that part handled. So that'll make this live, and then it's just a matter of if my big zip gun has a fitting on the back of it or not. Right now, I think it's got a little small one, so I have to deal with that. But for now, I can at least put this in here and get this sealed up, so I can turn the air compressor on and see if the stuff's going to leak. Okay, over here, I need a fitting for that one. That's going to be a low flow fitting because it's going to power up all my air tools up there, which I don't really need high flow stuff. So we're going to use low flow. I just happen to have a low flow right here. So, see if this is what I want. Yep, it's the correct one. There you go. Looks like a new one, so it might not leak. Looks like it should not leak to me. Okay, so eventually I'm going to connect that up to the air, so those now will have air fittings. Now, does it take the correct fitting is the next question. So that'll be our next problem. Look at that. It's the correct one. Okay, good. So any one of these will be live at that point. I can plug right my air lines into here. So I got all these air guns over here. Stacks of air guns. I can also have now little stub air lines come out of here. I can have some little 6-foot or 10-foot air lines that are real light duty ones like this red one here. Little small ones. Could be a nice light duty hose like this right here. And this I can work a lot easier than a big thick hose. My wrist won't be so sore when I do my hours of porting. So I'll make that work doing that. So that'll be the plan. We'll work on that. We're always working on plans around here. I had those plans years ago. That's why that got put up there and then never used. Typical around here. We never do anything. Why would you want to finish anything when you got all next year to deal with it? Okay. Obviously this is not a high flow coupler. At some point I need to regulate the airflow to this system up here too, which will be put down here probably underneath the bench, because now this shoots underneath the bench under here, because that shoots under the bench that way. Give me a perfect opportunity to do something like that. Now I gotta just figure out what to do with all my regulators I got and oilers. I have oilers and regulators somewhere. We can lubricate our airlines, our air tools, and everything else at the same time. Okay, I think this is 13/16 as I recall. Or 3/4, one of the two. It is not 3/4. Not 7/8 either. You know what that means? It's crescent wrench size. I don't have time to dig out a wrench. Unless I have to, because it's buried under here. I don't know if I can get in there. I think I'm going to have to get a real wrench. It's too buried. It's buried. So, I have a couple of wrenches around here. There's some wrenches for this stuff too. Okay, these are all too big. This one is 7/8. There, that one works on that. We got that one covered. 13/16 for metric. This crap's probably metric. Where's all the metric crap at? Somewhere I got some metric tools. Yeah, right in here. Yeah, not quite metric either. It's one of those we don't know sizes. Yeah. We don't know, we don't care. Yeah, it's that size. Alright, look out, Scooby, you're in my way. Let's go see what size this really is. Stupid metric crap. If we're lucky, it's American. There's, what is that? It's 11. That's a big one. There's 13/16 right there. It is not 13/16. It's not 7/8 either. Damn. It's some weird size. Here's my metric. Metric. These are my big metric tools. Well, if you can't figure out what it is, measure it. 8/23. That's just over 13/16. That's probably metric. 21mm. See, I was right. The world is taking over. Metric. 21mm. Do we have a 21mm wrench in this building? No, that's the question. Look at that. I've got one. You didn't think I had metric here, did you? How many times I've used this wrench? Probably 3 times in its life. I've only had it for 40 years. I guess there's no time like a present to use it, right? Okay, let's see if it fits on this one over here. Watch this one be metric, be American. Yeah, this one actually is American here. This one is American. This one is 13/16. See how loose it is? Okay, so we got American tools, we got metric tools. A good mix. At least you know where all this metric shit comes from. These foreign parts that we buy in the US are junk. Okay, what's this, Brand X? Oh, that's one of the crappy snap-on tools. I hate these things. Look how narrow these are. They really dig into your fingers and cause nerve damage. Cause nerve damage on your fingers. That's why I don't like them. Look at that. Appears to be American. Looks like there's just enough room in here to do this job. See, it's sitting on over here as I go down. It's sitting on the workbench over here. That's how I planned it. If we keep this up, we're going to be able to turn the damn air compressor on today. I just got to deal with that over there. I have no way to turn the air off right now. Got that big open hole in that thing over on that side I got to deal with. So no way of hooking that up yet. Okay, that's it. Last one. Okay. Okay, that's that. Okay, this, I'm thinking about putting a high flow on it. And I'm going to eliminate all of that crap over there. So when I blow my ports off outside, I'll have a high flow line. Okay, so that I need one of these right here. Sure, I got one of those opened up somewhere. There's too much crap in here. That's what I found. Woohoo! There's another one of these. Oh, this goes into a hose. See, that goes into a hose. So I can stick that into a regular hose. Woohoo, that'd be a big hose. Another one of these. Ooh, that is a heavy, that is a fancy, ooh, look at that thing. What the hell is this thing? These are some of the 3/8 hoses, I guess. This is in between size. Yeah. See, that's the size of that one, more or less. It's a bigger hose size, though. Okay, I don't have any of those. That's probably the only one I got of those. There's a bunch of these I bought. There's more red. These I got turned back in. They're too small. Send them back. Plastic big shit. Cost of turning this thing and keeping is probably about the same. Okay, I don't see. I got 2 packs of these. They got 2 packs of those. I only got 1 pack of the good ones. Okay. Somewhere I got some of these purple ones that are missing. Oh, there's one right there, but that's the wrong one. Yeah, see, they only give you 1 of the good ones. It's not very good of them. Guess I'm going to have to get some more plumbing fittings. So I can run an adapter over here. It won't matter if I get a sleeve adapter for a stupid ass small fitting. Let's see, what's it going to take to open all these packages up? These are all glued together. We can't get into them. Purposely made not to be able to get into. That's why I carry tools with me here. Let's see what I did. See, I opened it up through here last time. Looks like a good plan again. Yeah. No problem. Come in. Here's what I'm looking for. Boom. That'll work good. Okay, so we are in like flan. Okay, time for some goop. Time for some magic goop. Yuck. Got a lot of this stuff here. That's too much. Hey, get inside the bottle. I'm trying to go inside the bottle, not on the outside. Dumbass. That should be enough. That'll be enough to make a mess. Metric. Enough. We got our big one here. Big goop for that. Okay. A little sloppy on the inside there. Sloppy seconds. There you go. With a big wrench. That was 7/8. 1 7/8. Nope, that ain't 7/8. Where'd I measure that out? That ain't right. Too small. This one will work. That'd be the white one. Alright, that'll be tight enough. Okay. Well, fits. Go down here, stuff that sucker on there. Ooh, it even fits. Look at that. Amazing. Okay, now we need 2 wrenches. Yeah, a big one and a bigger one. Where my tools go. Not that one either. 15/16. I don't have that size here. Okay. Have to make it work. We'll use what we got. Eesh, sloppy there. Way too much goop. Way too much goop. These are not made to be this much goop on these things. Nope. Goop is city there. Make it work. We'll make it work. Got this little small wrench right here. I got this one right here. Told you I'd make it work. One more. Gotta make sure it's tight. There you go. Look at that. We are hooked. Alright, here we go. Perfect. Go a little close right here though. Okay. My air hose at. A little bit too close under there for clearance. Put it right in here. So I need to just rotate this just a little bit further, which will bring that up a little bit too, which will help it shoot under there anyway. So we give that a little bit of a tweak. I purposely left it a little bit on the long side just in case. Because I don't want to go backwards. I don't care about tightening up a little bit more, I just don't want to go backwards. Okay. We're okay on that. I think probably go a little bit more than that. It's close. I don't know. I don't get too carried away here. Not that much. Okay. So now we got everything in here. We can get to it. So that one shoots in under there. This one's still got to hook up yet. This big line's hooked up here, which snakes around, comes out over here somewhere. There it is. And big ass flow. So that's good for hooking up my zip gun now. Now I can use my big zip gun. This one here, we still get access to turn the valve on and off, even when you have the line in here. Right now that's an air leak because it's got a hole in it. There, now it shuts off. You want it to work, just go like that. Boom, done. So that's quick and simple. This one here, you can either leave it hooked up or unconnect it. It doesn't matter. We'll just leave it for now. So this is all closed up except for this is a big ass hole right here right now. Goes all the way in. There's no way of shutting this off because I don't have a valve here. I need a 1-inch valve. I need another one of these valves here to put up here, which I don't have. So I have to find one. Unless somebody's got a good one online. I'll find one. So basically it'll be like one of these sitting in here. except it'll be this size here. I can turn this thing on and off. Boom. Then this can be open. For now, it's going to have a big red hose attached to it. It's going to go up to the other end of the building, and it's going to be full power all the time. So for now, this valve here has to be closed, which means down. So all this stuff is dead right now, which I don't want to be dead. I want to be able to use it. I'm going to take this black line down here, which snakes around over here and goes in right here. And I got to undo the fitting out of here, put a bigger high flow fitting on it. Like that one there, I just lost again. And stick that into here, and then we have a high flow line for blowing off the bikes over here, going out that door. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can find my red hose and see about connecting that. All right, we'll be back.